My introduction to internet porn started when I was probably 7 years old. I got my first phone from my auntie. God bless her. I didn't actually know what porn was. I just was, I don't know, probably on Facebook or something. I saw some weird ads and I clicked, and before I knew it, I was looking at some naked, people. And yeah, that's what started. Then I didn't really know, I didn't have much of, because I was pre-puberty, so I didn't have much of an ejaculation. So I think the only satisfaction I got was mostly psychological, if any. It was just psychological to see. So I wasn't ejaculating, I wasn't gooning, I wasn't whatever you want to call it, but it was just psychological. Then I didn't really get addicted to it, okay? Now, my first one was Samsung. It was, I don't know, this small Samsung. It was very small, so it wasn't really much, screen. Now that phone went bad, and later on, my brother bought me a much larger phone. I still don't remember the name of the brand, but it was quite, luxurious. And, well, it definitely had more screen space to show more things. So, there's that. So I kind of got bored with it because then I was very into my schoolwork. I was full on nerd, and I didn't really like the idea of being distracted much. And I found it very distracting. The whole idea of the internet and pornography as a whole, I found it very distracting. So to the point that I actually destroyed the phone in anger one night, and I got beat up for it. I know, my sister. I could obviously tell them that I was pressing pornography. I told them the phone would distract me from school. Obviously, that was very true as well. But pornography was also important. Now, keeping that in mind, I already have what? A withdrawal syndrome or something from this addiction, right? Now, I think I didn't get my other phones until maybe I was 11 or 12, and that was like my mom's used phone. Okay, because they didn't want to transfer the other phone because we didn't destroy my last one, which was sensible. Now, my journey into pornography was more of how do I say this now? Stumble upon, let me use that term. Now, I'm queer, I'm bisexual, okay? I'm posting this on Bisexual Visibility Day, Bisexual Day, whatever. I'm bisexual, so my introduction was both by seeing hot guys and hot girls. So I see this and I'd be like, I wanted to just say hots, maybe Prince, so maybe Prince Eric hot, or Princess Jasmine hot. It was that simple. I didn't even know what I was doing. I just knew that Google had answers and I wanted answers. And there was a time I didn't know how to operate a phone, so whenever I searched on it, Google will tell you no such thing exists, your search words, and it was weird because Google never does that. Google gives all the answers, but it said no such thing exists, blah blah blah. So I tried to redirect it, and eventually, first my idea pointed with YouTube. Yeah, I know it's weird to say considering YouTube doesn't allow pornography, but yes, it did sell YouTube. It wasn't really hard porn or like soft porn, kisses, caresses, butts, and boobs, and that was how it started. And then following one link and link there, and eventually I got to the main part of the internet. Obviously, like most of us, the first part of porn, actually, the first pornography website I probably ever stumbled upon was Pornhub, and I was so obsessed with the more popular trending porns. You see Ronaldo porn, you'd see, I don't know who was trending at that time, I don't remember, but I know Ronaldo because my brother caught me once, and I lied to him. I said I was praying with my girlfriend. Oh God, I feel so stupid saying this. Please don't judge me. Again, we all have our own weird, crazy sex stories. So why do you feel bad when you masturbate, when you ejaculate, whatever? As Lil Young said in the new album, While Effing Me, right? So why do you feel bad? I mean, honestly, I don't think I can tell you a direct reason. It's psychological, essentially. You see, I don't believe, it's actually science that your ejaculation and all that is backed up by what? Or not only your ejaculation, your erection, the whole pleasure that follows that is backed up by what? Your parasympathetic nervous system. Now, there's a particular hormone in your brain, I won't name it because I don't particularly remember, but it is also associated with the sweet feelings, the excitement that comes with, masturbating. Now, when you ejaculate, that's no longer your parasympathetic nervous system anymore. It's no longer your normal. That is now like your emergency system kicking in. So you're not feeling excited and normal anymore. That hormone that was working out and doing all those things to you in your brain, the guy's like, oops, now you see me, now you don't. And it's gone. And now you have this emptiness in you that feels like the whole world is about to collapse, and that you feel like you made the worst mistake. Come on, but you don't make the worst mistake. Trust me. Your mommy and dad did not, sleep with each other after being virgins for all their lives. It's okay. It's okay. And when you start growing older and you start feeling like you took on a bad habit, now you really get to why you start feeling bad. Like all addictions, you know that it's not necessarily bad, but it's not necessarily good either, but you keep up doing it, and that's the problem. That's the problem, because now you police yourself into saying, oh God, masturbating, gooning, touching myself, feeling pleasure in that way is bad, but also policing yourself in the sense that you enforce your guilt, you enforce the fact that you feel it's bad. You see people say, oh, you should don't do this because you're Christian or you're Muslim or wherever you are, you're Buddhist, whatever, and you're like, oh my God, you're a bad person. You're not a bad person, you're just like everybody else. Trust me, the Pope masturbates. You heard it from me. I mean, I think the longest time I've ever gone without, since puberty, without actually, quote unquote, gooning or, having self-pleasure is like maybe nearly 3 months. And I was so strict about it, like so fucking strict. I didn't want anything that I had quit, essentially. But I was one day at home after my school semester ended, and I was just at home. I was like, I wanted to do something, and I was bored. Obviously, boredom. Boredom is people. Boredom. Try to find something that you love to do. If you're gonna be bored all the time, it is just going to be happening. Okay. Idleness, boredom is pretty much one major cause of what people fall into addiction. Is bored, have nothing to do. Okay. Now I was bored and I was like, let's do something. And eventually I started touching myself, and it was fun. And I hadn't done it like 3 months, so it was like, oh God, the whole thrill of being a virgin, quote unquote. So I did it, but the problem was I couldn't ejaculate. You see, I felt so much pain in my pee-pee, and I felt it was so uncomfortable. Like, pain. Like, I felt like I was being torn apart. Like, it was so fucking unpleasant. Like, yikes. I thought I was gonna bleed or something. So I ran to the bathroom, and fortunately enough, through the pain, I still came. I don't mean to be making sexual, right? But through the pain, I came, and it was yellow. Later on, I learned that the color was as a result of the fact that I hadn't boomed for a while, and I had, my pelvic muscles had been so, tight for so long that all that pressure all at once, after so long, 3 months being that long now, made me feel like, made me feel uncomfortable and pain and all that, so it was understandable. So what I was advised to do was, instead of going long periods like that, long periods of drought like that, instead, I was advised to ease in. Now, easing in, well, has not particularly been very easy, but, we're getting there. Easing in, like, instead of going for 3 months at a time, go 1 month, 3 weeks, start, breaking it down, giving it some space, and let your body just do its thing and adapt to that, situation. Now, what I'm going to say is, I don't think you should feel bad because you came. I don't think you should feel bad because, you want to pleasure yourself. I think that's okay. I think life is too short for you to be policing yourself all the time. If you need a guy or a girl or, someone you love or like, because love is not necessarily sex, but if you need someone that you feel attracted to quote unquote stimulate you, that's fair, that's nice. But if you can't get anyone and you want to do it yourself, go on ahead. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? You shouldn't feel bad because you want pleasure, okay? There are things you should feel bad for. Killing someone, you should feel bad for that. Lying on someone that you love is bad. Betraying someone that you actually trusted someone that trusted you and you loved is also bad. Things that are actually bad, but come on. Pleasuring yourself is not bad. I just don't think you should pleasure yourself too much, because if you want to have a kid, for guys, your sperm count gotta be at least 100 million at least. So, be safe, alright? For the girls, your time's already counted, so please pleasure yourself. Squirt yourself, have fun, enjoy. It's your sexuality. Mom and dad ain't gonna do things they did in their 20s. They may try to, but those things are gone now. So before you get to your 50s and 60s and whatnot, have fun, enjoy, live your fucking life. Because, bro, sis, I want you to call a non-binary friend now. Okay, friend, there's only one life, and you gotta live it to your fullest. You gotta have fun. You gotta explore. I mean, if you don't explore things, you'll never find what you like. I'm not a fan of just being sexually ambiguous and crude, because trust me, as I said, even the Pope fucking masturbates. Okay, I'm not being blasphemous. The Pope is just a person. I don't really fuck with religious figures like that. I'm not religious, but I believe in God. But I'm not gonna be doing all that, saying, oh, this person is perfect. This person is a symbol of Jesus or Muhammad or whatever. I don't give a fuck about that. I just believe in that we're all people. We all make mistakes. We all learn, and you should learn. You should not police yourself or restrict yourself to what other people think of you. So for this week's episode, I just want to say that you should love yourself, have fun, stop feeling bad, and yeah, go gooning.